Ray, on a personal note, can you share with us a little bit about your background and how you became involved with the electrified transportation efforts at SAE?
Well, I'm an industrial engineer, industrial and systems engineer by degree, but I've had an interest in electric vehicles and hybrid hydrogen fuel cell vehicles for a little while now. When you look at the different things that are happening around the world, back in January of 2008, I was following this live. There was actually a letter published online that went from the then CEO of Shell Oil to all the employees at Shell, and it was a kind of a long dissertation about his beliefs and what's going on in the industry. But an interesting note was that he thought the demand for easy-to-access oil would outstrip supply within 7 years. And that was January of 2008. So we're over halfway now. I read other things. There was a report put out by the government, Joint Operating Environment Report in 2010, that stated that the Army, even the American Army, was worried that supplies of excess capacity would dry up by 2015. So, we see these problems with the oil supply possibly in the future, plus the future demands of India and China, just ready to suck all the oil out of the planet just squeeze it like a sponge and pull it all out. So these vehicles really, we've got to really develop them and make them as cheap as possible right now for people to be able to accept them and start putting them on the roads. Because right here in my office in Troy, looking out the window, there's thousands of cars that go by every day. And that's just repeated on the streets everywhere in the country. What's going to happen in 2015 if these predictions are correct? We've just got to have these vehicles in place. So that's kind of what really spurs me on.
Yeah, well, glad to hear it, and that really dovetails very well with a couple of studies that have just come out that highlight the fact that even in those regions of the country that are relying on coal to generate the electricity, the electric vehicle provides both a benefit on emissions as well as a lower cost than even some of the very high mileage internal combustion gasoline-powered cars. So both you and I are definitely on the same page in hoping that we see a nice advancement in adoption by the public of electric vehicles, and certainly like to see more success within the OEM group to make sure that they stay profitable with them and keep rolling out new developments and hopefully a little bit lower-priced models. I certainly appreciate your being with us today. For me, it's always fun to think that I've got another industrial and operations engineer on the phone to talk with. But in this case, I think it turned out very well. We certainly learned something by spending time with you, and we certainly wish you a lot of success with the symposiums and look forward to seeing some more of it next year. Thanks, Ray.
Thank you, Bob.